All right, Coach. What worked and what didn't today? That was a bit probably a bit tougher than you were expecting going in.
Actually, not at all.
Okay.
We know Longwood's been a good team, and we'd be silly to underestimate them. And I'm not just blowing smoke. Bill's a good coach. He's had difficulties with injuries and people in and out of the lineups and being inconsistent, but quite frankly, that's the team we've been talking about all year that we're surprised that they hadn't gotten more wins. It's a team that took Presbyterian to the wire last Saturday without Kamari Jones, and she's a huge piece to what they're doing. And we gave them a little bit of confidence early, and they kind of took that from us, and you don't want to feed the beast. But in terms of it being easy, our team knew it wasn't going to be easy. Sure, it'd been great if they rolled over, but that's not the game of basketball at this time of the year. That's why they call it March Madness. So not at all. I was not surprised, and I didn't want it to be easy. I don't think that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, you'd taken them by wide margins in the two meetings in the regular season. Was there anything you were trying to convey, particularly at halftime, to your team when you did find yourself behind them?
Well, I think just making some defensive adjustments. I mean, we only had 20 points on the board. Obviously, they were defending Shatori Major pretty well and face guarding her, keeping her from touching the ball. So we were talking about a few offensive adjustments in terms of using her as a decoy, opening up attack lanes, and getting to the basket. Also, just crashing the glass. We knew at that point it wasn't going to be a pretty game. But in terms of a panic or not composed, if we were that, then we wouldn't have come out on top.
Major and Wall, very slow start today, but to pick up the slack there. You talk about just the dynamics of where your points are coming from.
Sure, it doesn't matter. Last week we beat Gardner-Webb by 18, I think, and Shatori and Kyla were 6 of 20. There's been plenty of games we've won without Shatori Major doing the job. I thought she did a good job on the defensive end. Didn't let it affect her. Didn't come uncomposed that they were denying her. So it really doesn't matter what it looks like. I don't care.
Of course. Scout Campbell a little for us. What does that matchup look like for you?
Well, they beat us by a total of 6 points, I think, this year. They're a tough team. They're well coached, obviously Coach of the Year, and I voted him number one as well. I think it's well-deserving honor for him. They play tough defense, and I think that Summer Price and Caroline Bounds are playing really, really well, and they execute. They don't turn the ball over, so it'll be a tough matchup for us. But again, it's March. Any matchup, it doesn't matter. I would draw it out of a hat. At this point, you don't pick your matchups and worry. You want a game plan and no personnel for the opponent, but you got to worry about what's on the across your chest more than you're worrying about game planning for somebody else.